Having set up our document and put the text on, what we now need to do is to apply style to the text itself. What we want is headlines that look like headlines, that have some colour to them. We want to control the appearance of the body text, which is the majority of the writing, and for some things we want a bulleted list. Right, so looking at the page, if you click over on the left, can you see how it pops out? And right at the very bottom it says create style. So click create style, and the first style we're going to do, you need to name them. You need to name them to show that this is your style and not one of the default style. So they're all called free rice because that's the name of the thing. So if we do free rice and body text, and then we can go on based on normal. If you click on there, here are all the options, and normal is the body text, the one that most things are done in. So over here, character, what text are we going to use? Right, now if you're working, your document is aimed primarily at young people, so you should look for a font that is not a serif font. If you look here at the Times Roman, you see the little tags at the end of all of the letters. They're called serifs. That sort of print is most associated with older people, with more conservative people. The sort of font you're looking for is a sans serif, one without serifs on, and it's more appropriate to youngsters. So if I have a look, I'm looking for Franklin Gothic book. What do we think to that? Yeah, you see the writing down there? Just see if there are any other medium. No, I think the book. Yeah, Franklin Gothic book. Size 12 point is the normal size most is done at. 11 point, make it a wee bit smaller, and the text colour, I'm going to pick a dark grey for the text colour, not black, but still plenty dark enough to read, but a slightly subtler colour to it. Now looking at this is screenshot number 1. Right, we've got the colour on it, we've got the font on it, and we've got the size on it. That's screenshot 1. If we now go and have a look at paragraph, align left, that's what we want to do. Spacing, we're not going to alter the spacing from what it's like. Line above is the space, the gaps between the lines above and below. I think we'll just settle for paragraph alignment left. And I think that will most probably do us, because one of the conditions is that we've got to say that we pick the font, the colour, and its alignment. So that is screenshot number 2. Right, and you say OK to that. And if we were to look carefully, if I get the magnifier there and magnify up, now let's have a look. And what I want to do is there. See, I've highlighted it, and what it's done is that wherever the text, right, now I'm going to go and say, right, I want this one to be free rice, and you can see straight away that it's gone grey. It's completely changed its appearance. Let's see, yes, and it's changed its appearance all the way through the document. So having applied and free rice body text, you don't really think that's quite right, is it? Let's see if we can change that to free rice body text. Yes, that looks better. Okay, right, free rice. So it's free rice body text, right, and that's changed all of the text all the way through the document. So if I go back to my frame number 2, page number 2. Now the one I'm after now is this, right, which is, hang on, Control Z, which is the heading. Right, so now I'm going to go down here, create a style, right, and this style, which we're going to call free rice headline, and it's going to be based on heading 1. Right, so now let's have a look. Character. This is the font we're going to use. Right, now you can spend a fair amount of time on this, whereas the body text needs to be a fairly straightforward text that's easy to read. When it comes to the headline, this is something where you've got a little bit of room to play. You can pick on something that you quite like the look of. Right, so I'm going to pick this one, which is called Corbel. It's going to be bold, you can see that there. The text colour, more colours. Right, now I want a sort of orangey colour to go with the green, that sort of bluey green I picked for the background, so that looks about right. Okay, so there's my colour. Right, now this is screenshot 1 for your heading. The second of the ones you're doing, it's screenshot 1, and then if I go to paragraph, alignment, spacing. Right, spacing is the thing I want to alter. Let's have a look. No, that's not really what we're after. There, spacing just there. And I'm going to pick 120, and if you just look at the text at the bottom, see how it's spread out. Right, it's an interesting effect. Okay, now character was screenshot 1, this one is screenshot 2. Right, so there's your 2 screenshots. Say OK, and then if I now see, I've got my headline, so I click on there. Right, and I've based that one. I've clicked on free rice headline, and I'll go through all of the document eventually, and wherever I've got a heading, I'm going to click on the highlight it, and then click on free rice headline. So that's 2 of the ones that I've got to do. I've gone now to page 3, and the last of the ones I have to do is the bulleting. So I've highlighted a bullet list, a list that I'm going to bullet, and if I just go and have a look at the choices, there they are, there's a bulleted list. So I picked on that one. Now it's create style. This time first off I'm going to look at the character itself. I want to see if I can change some of that. So I've got character. I'm going to base it on the Franklin Gothic book, which is the font that goes all the way through the rest of the document, but we'll do it on italic. That's the first change, and then the next one is bullets and lists, and I'm going to pick one of those shapes for my bullet, and I think that I'll change the colour, and I'll pick the same colour as I've used for the headlines there. So screenshot 1 is that one because italic has changed, so that's screenshot 1. Go to bullets, there's the bullet that I'm going to use. I could, as you can see, change the symbol if I wanted and pick any one of those, and there's no reason why not. I picked that one for my bullet point. The size I've not listed, so it'll be the same size as the font, colour and so on. Say OK, and now I'm going to attach that style. I think I best name that style, hadn't I? Modify style, and of course what we're going to do is call it free rice bullet. So we've got the name for it, free rice bullet. We've got the font that we're going to use, screenshot 1. We've got the bullet point that we're going to use, screenshot 2. Say OK. We've highlighted the text and then clicked on free rice bullet, so that that's the style that applies to that. So now we've got the 3 styles that we need: headline, body text and bullet, and we've specified what the screenshots are for each of them. And I think that just about covers styles.